I want to thank you for joining us today for our Lunch and Learn about the Medical Cannabis Certificates offered by the University of the Sciences and our new USciences Online division. We are bringing this session to you live, and we hope you will enjoy the presentation over your own lunch. Sorry that we can't provide lunch for you, just some food for thought. For those who just joined us, I want to remind you that you're going to be muted and that we are recording the session and we'll share the recording at a later time. My name is Rod Murray. I'm the Director of Online Learning for USciences Online and will serve as a moderator for this webinar today. I also wanted to give some kudos to Donna Ryan, our Operations Manager for USciences Online. She has done a superb job of planning this event, and I'm sure you will be getting more email from Donna. Now for the format today, we'll be talking about our programs and give you an opportunity after our brief presentation to ask questions of our panel. But for starters, we'd like to make this an engaging and interactive presentation. So we're going to start out with 3 very simple anonymous poll questions so we can learn a little bit more about you as a group. So please answer the questions that you see on your screen now. First, how did you hear about today's program? Are you currently working in the industry or would like to break into the industry? And last, if you're currently working in the industry, would you like to break into the industry or just wish to learn more in what setting you are most interested? Looks like responsive have plateaued here. So just as a quick recap, look, most of you heard about this through our website or other. Pretty evenly distributed among the different industries or liking to break into the industry. And again, most of the attendees are pharmacists or other healthcare professionals. Okay, so there are the results of the poll that you can see. So there'll be others joining us for this for today's presentation. There we go. Most notably, our cannabis expert, Dr. Andrew Peterson, Dr. Pat Inkerick, our online director of academics, and Dr. Marlena Klopfer, one of our student success coaches. But now it's my pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Andrew Peterson, our main speaker today. Andrew, please take it away.
Great. Thanks, Rod. I appreciate the opportunity. And what a good audience that we've got here. A nice mix of people who are interested in breaking into the industry, those who are part of the industry, and those who are just looking to learn. And not unexpectedly, in my mind, pharmacists and healthcare professionals as the majority of the makeup. So we've got a good group, I think, today. We can talk a little bit about the USciences offerings. As Rod said, my name is Andrew Peterson. I'm Executive Director for the Substance Use Disorders Institute here at University of the Sciences. I've been doing this for about 3 years, and for about 2.5 of those years, we at the university have been offering the Department of Health approved Medical Cannabis Training Program, that 4-hour program that allows pharmacists and physicians and other healthcare professionals to practice within the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. But today we're glad to talk to you about an expansion of some of those beyond that 4-hour program and these certificate programs that we're going to talk to you about. You can see a little bit more about me. I've been interested in medical cannabis for a while, and I also do a lot of work as a health policy researcher and health outcomes, and particularly as it relates to medical cannabis. So as many of you may know, University of the Sciences started as the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy back in 1821, nearly 200 years ago. And since then, we've been educating healthcare practitioners and basic scientists to be leaders and educators in the healthcare and pharmaceutical industries. What you may not know is that during our prestigious history, we've been on the forefront of medical cannabis research. Back in 1885, Eli Lilly, one of the founders of the pharmaceutical company Lilly and Company, did his PhD dissertation on the comparative physiological effects of several varieties of cannabis sativa. And up until 1970, when marijuana became a Schedule I drug, scientists at the Philadelphia College of Pharmacy continued to study marijuana, and at some point we even grew it on campus. And now that there is a resurgence of interest regarding medical marijuana, The university is again building on its strength in educating healthcare and business professionals about marijuana, as well as conducting research, as much as permitted by law that is, on the effects of marijuana on health outcomes. Today, as we continue our legacy of educating people about cannabis, we are going to review our newest offerings, 2 graduate and 1 undergraduate fully online certificate programs. These are different than our 4-hour certification course. These are college credit bearing courses. We're going to review this coursework with you today, what a certificate can do for you, and some of the opportunities in the industry. And then take a few minutes to run through a typical course so you might see what the work is going to be like. But just for a quick review, I put this slide up here, the rapid growth in the medical cannabis industry, to point out to you just how impactful this industry is going to be. This is just for Pennsylvania, and according to Marijuana Business Daily, Pennsylvania medical cannabis market is expected to nearly double from 400 million in 2020, as you can see here, to 800 million in 2024. You can go and take a look at the link for this for more information about it, but it's an incredible growth industry, no pun intended. And commensurate with this sales growth is the growth in the job market. This chart from Leafly shows the expected percentage growth in a variety of different industries. Nurse practitioners are expected to grow about 28%. Occupational therapists are expected to grow about 33%. Wind turbine service techs about 57%. But amazingly, the legal cannabis industry workers are expected to grow 250%. Wow, to me that's a lot. What kind of jobs are available? If we take a look here on the bottom right from Puff and Farm, there's a job ad for a general manager of a cannabis processor. The skills and experience are looking for a bachelor's degree in business management, plus knowledge of cannabis extraction, refining, distillation, and other lab processes. Also supply chain experiences. This is one of the perfect jobs for the individual seeking the Graduate Business Certificate. Up here in Rochester, New York, there's an ad for a patient care specialist at Green Thumb Industries. Education requirements, 1 or 2 years of customer experience, a high school diploma or equivalent, and then some demonstration of customer service skills. As you'll see, this would be a great one for those who are interested in the undergraduate certificate in retail sales and operations. Our account manager position, or an account manager position in Vernon, California, is similar, has 3+ years of sales experience, so a little bit more experience in the sales area, but knowledge of the packaging and the cannabis industries is a big plus. Again, somebody who is looking at that undergraduate certificate would be great for this. And then up on the top left, an assistant facilities operations manager in Holistic Industries up in Monson, Maine. The general requirements are a bachelor's degree, 3 years of progressive management experience, and cannabis experience preferred. Another good candidate for that graduate business certificate. So now that I kind of told you a little bit about the job, let's talk a little bit about the certificates themselves. So during the past few years, USciences has developed a variety of offerings related to medical cannabis. As I mentioned, we do the Department of Health approved program for getting people to be prescribers or recommenders or dispensers within the Commonwealth. We also have an MBA program in pharmaceutical and healthcare business with a cannabis track in that. And now we're building on those strengths in the pharmaceutical and health industry by offering 3 standalone college credit bearing certificate programs to help healthcare practitioners, business persons, and sales and marketing individuals develop a strong knowledge base to be better qualified to secure a position in the industry. These programs include 2 for those already holding a bachelor's degree or higher, medical cannabis for the health professional, and business of medical cannabis and the cannabis industry, and 1 for those holding a high school diploma or higher, and this is a medical cannabis retail operations and sales. Each of these programs is fully online. can be completed in less than a year, and there are no required live classes. You have the ability to access the course's learning material and satisfy the weekly requirements within a flexible time frame. I'm going to review each of these programs in more depth in the next few slides. The Graduate Business Certificate program is designed for those individuals holding a bachelor's degree or higher and who are interested in learning in more depth the marketing, regulatory, and supply chain side of the business. There are 4 8-week classes giving the learner an overview of the industry, a solid foundation of regulatory and finances, and a strong background in marketing and supply chain management. The goal is to give those just getting into the industry a good overview of how it operates and gives them insight into how to manage a dispensary or work in a grower-processor program. The Healthcare Practitioner Certificate is designed for those current healthcare practitioners, pharmacists, physicians, nurses, physician assistants, nurse practitioners, or other healthcare practitioners. Like the Business Certificate, there are 4 8-week classes which will give the learner a brief overview of the industry, a deeper insight into the pharmacology of the cannabinoids, how the growing conditions affect the cannabinoid content, and how these agents can be used to treat a variety of diseases. It is particularly designed for those healthcare practitioners who are treating patients and want to learn more about THC, CBD, and other cannabinoids that are integral to medical cannabis treatment. Lastly, this undergraduate program, like the others, also has 4 8-week courses, and it's geared to helping the learner understand the industry, the need for solid marketing and sales strategies to help the consumer get what he or she needs, and a strong foundation for communicating health information to the cannabis patient. And finally, we are also going to explain the seed to sale process for getting products to patients. Graduates of this program would be well positioned to enter or strengthen their positions as product specialists in a dispensary or other entry-level positions in sales and operations in collateral industries. Here is a quick glimpse into a course. On the right side of the screen is the first module of one of the courses as displayed in our learning management system, Brightspace. It is within this system that you will gain access to all the materials, self-guided lessons, streaming video content, readings, posted lecture notes, and student-faculty discussion boards. In each course, you will create infographics, papers, videos as an individual or part of group projects that will demonstrate your comprehension of the material. For example, here is an actual discussion prompt asking the student to differentiate between sativa and indica strains. You'll see prompts such as this at the beginning of the week, and you'll have until Wednesday to post your response. Then you'll be required to view 2 to 3 other students' responses and post a reaction to their prompt, thus promoting student-to-student discussion and collaboration with faculty oversight and input. This assignment noted here is an example of a group project. You and your team will be required to develop a short YouTube-style video describing one of the growing processes listed here. So you'll get some instructions on how you will do this for your group. And depending on the course, assignments like this will vary. For example, you may be asked to create a flyer advertising a new cannabis product for your dispensary. Or you may be asked to create a patient information leaflet on CBD. Discussions and assignments such as these will occur each week, leading you through the course while generating a portfolio of artifacts demonstrating your knowledge and acumen in the cannabis industry. Our faculty are the ones who are leading these courses. We partner with organizations like Agrigenesis, Agronomed, Zalira, as well as Relief, Keystone Canna Remedies, and others. Individuals from these industries partner with us in our educational and our research activities. Our faculty are clinicians, researchers, policymakers, and business folks who work in and around the pharmaceutical, healthcare, and cannabis industries. Many work in the industry today in dispensaries, grower processor companies, law firms, and vertically integrated cannabis businesses. In addition to our faculty, we have student success coaches. The student success coach is just one member of the support network that you'll have during your certificate program. Offices such as the Writing Center will be available to you online to help you revise your assignments or edit for the right use of APA citations if needed. The Office of Student Accommodations is available to help you set up the learning accommodations necessary for you to be successful in your course of study. You will also have access to USciences Library, which offers many of its resources online so you can find the research articles for your course assignments. If you're local to our on-ground campus, you can physically visit the library as well as any other campus offices with your student ID. As an adult learner, we know that you are already highly motivated and self-directed, so your interaction with our support services is dictated by you and your needs. Now, we know there are other programs out there, both college credit-based and non-credit-based, that can provide you with some of what we're offering. We believe that our long legacy of educating people about cannabis, the strength of our faculty, and our unique model for student success make us a standout as a premier provider of high-quality education in this new and burgeoning field. Rod, thank you very much for the opportunity to educate these folks about the new cannabis programs here at USciences Online.
Thank you, Andrew. That was great. So here again are our panelists who are here to answer all your questions. So please use the chat at the bottom of your screen, and you can address your questions to everyone instead of a specific person. And the folks who are going to answer will just speak up, or I will help to direct the questions to the proper people. So please go ahead. Feel free to ask any questions. One thing that often comes up is, are you going to share the presentation? Yes, you will be getting an email follow-up from Donna Ryan, and you'll get access to the full presentation.
Hi, Ron. This is Pat. While we're waiting for some folks to type in a couple of questions, I'd like to go ahead and share the website really quickly so people know where to go to get some information. Okay, so here is our online.usciences.edu website. For those that are interested in more information, certainly you can go here to request information. There's a nice button right there. You'll find some additional information generally about USciences Online here. And if you'd like to get a little more information about the specifics for the medical cannabis certificates that Andrew have mentioned, you can go to Academics and Certificates. And here you'll see a listing of some of the certificates that we have. Here is the Medical Cannabis Certificate for Health Professions. And you'll see a little more information about that here. So this is a good resource if you're considering. So it gives you all the information. Here you can view all of the courses as well.
We did get a question. Are classes online only? And yes, that's the advantage. You can take the courses at your leisure, although there are weekly assignments that have to be completed. You can do it on your own time. It's totally asynchronous online.
So, Rod, I see there are two questions somewhat related in the chat about certificate only applicable to Pennsylvania, and do other states use your program as a requirement? Let me be clear. We offer, these are two separate programs. We offer the 4-hour Pennsylvania Department of Health certification program if you want to be a recommended or a dispenser, and that's offered different than this. These are 4 college level courses, 12 credits. You don't use these for getting your ability to be a recommender or dispenser within the Commonwealth. These are college level or graduate level college courses, which go much more in depth than the 4-hour course. We are working with the Substance Use Disorder Institute is working with USciences Online. If you complete this coursework to be able to sit for the certification the 4-hour course, but you'll know much more than that 4-hour course offers. So to answer your question, Mr. Meister and Michelle Tyler, this is not what the pharmacists have to take in the Commonwealth. This is over and above, and this is a college level education. I hope that answered your questions.
Thanks, Andrew. That's a good point, because some people may want to take these courses and then apply them to either an undergraduate degree or a graduate degree, depending on what level they have. So it's quite possible that depending on what degree program you choose, that you might be able to transfer these credits in as electives potentially. So these are definitely credit bearing, and USciences is regionally accredited by Middle States. So that means that typically our credits are accepted at most other accredited universities across the country.
Right, and the undergraduate certificate in particular has been reviewed by Middle States Middle States Council for Higher Education, which is a national, regional, but national accreditation board, and has approved this particular course. So the university is Middle States accredited, and these are accredited programs.
I'll just remind folks to make sure you're addressing your question in the chat window to everyone. I do have a question that was sent to me. Are there many opportunities for marketing and sales background?
So I'll take that. To me, marketing and sales background, if you want to break into the cannabis industry, if you've got a marketing and sales background, that business program would be a great one for you. It gives you the introduction to the industry. It does have some marketing and sales. It does have a marketing and sales course in there. Some of that content you probably know, some of the general theory of marketing, but as it would be applied to the cannabis industry. But coupled with that too, you also have the finance and regulatory course, as well as the supply chain course. So you would have a broad overview of what the cannabis industry does and how marketing and sales would apply to that. If you're at the undergraduate level, you've got a high school diploma or a little bit better, like an associate's degree, the undergraduate program would give you something along those lines, but the health communications course is in there instead of the finance and regulatory, so that you would learn how to communicate effectively to patients. And those are the people who are coming into the dispensaries and asking for help to treat their anxiety and their pain. How do you communicate them, and how do you give good health communication? That's what that course would do.
I'll say one thing about the learning management system. Dr. Peterson mentioned we use Brightspace. We've had some very good response to the use of Brightspace. It's a very user-friendly system. If you haven't taken an online course before, I think you'll be pleased with it. It prompts you to make sure that you make all of your deadlines for your courses and discussion boards, and there's a way to do a synchronous meeting with your faculty member that you can request. So there are people behind all this and watching the courses, and you can certainly communicate directly with your professor.
Charles's iPhone has a question. As a practicing pharmacist in the pharmaceutical industry, what opportunities in formulations, what opportunities for someone who is a registered pharmacist and with an MS in pharmaceutics? I would consider the introductory course and then perhaps the pharmacology courses as a really good course for you to explore. If you want, I see that the medical cannabis industry and the pharmaceutical industry are going to converge at some point in the future as the FDA, the DEA reconcile the issue of a Schedule I drug for cannabis as they have done so with CBD. I see that there's going to be a convergence in that. There's going to be a lot of regulatory stuff, but then once it gets into the pharmaceutical industry, somebody in formulations is going to need to know, how do you formulate these products better so that they don't have some of the lung effects that we've had seen last year, or how do we formulate some of the creams so that they are applied in a pharmaceutically elegant way. I'm not sure what your area of formulations is, but giving you some of that background and understanding what the industry is like, you may then be able to create some opportunities within your industry as the two converge in the future.
Any more questions out there? We're happy to answer them.
And while we're waiting for that, I just wanted to remind people that there is an Apply Now button on our website here at the top, or if you go to the main page, there is an apply now as well, and that will get you to our easily accessible application. And if you are interested in the programs, but maybe are not necessarily interested in all of the certificate courses, you can come in as a guest student and also take the courses again to transfer to potentially a master's or a bachelor's degree at your institution as well.
And I just, the next 8-week term begins October 26th, and if you started then, the certificate can be completed by June 2021. So I'm going to put my email in the chat box. If you have questions about the content or potential opportunities within the industry, be happy to answer those for you.
I'm going to do the same. I can answer any questions about the learning management system, for example.
And this is Pat. I'll do the same. I can answer any questions about the academics related to these degree programs.
Oh, we did have a question here.
Yep, Muriel, I'll help answer that. You're a licensed practical nurse. Are there any opportunities for those in your profession? I would encourage you to consider even just thinking about that introductory course to learn about it. I suspect that you are seeing individuals, some of your patients, who may be using medical and or recreational cannabis to help alleviate some of their conditions, and having a good understanding of this might just give you a better opportunity and a better way of helping those patients.
Okay, I think that's going to do it for today. Again, thank you so much for attending, and we hope to see you at USciences Online.